pharmacist from Boston visited his grandmother's village in Ghana and laughed at her traditional medicine. 6 months later, when American doctors gave up on him, he had to fly back to that same village to save his life. This is the story of what he learned. Samuel had been in America for 18 years. He'd left Ghana at 19, a village boy from Osino with dreams bigger than the cocoa farms surrounding his grandmother's compound. He'd worked his way through community college, then pharmacy school, then finally landed a good job at a CVS in Boston. By 37, he had everything he'd left home to find. A PharmD degree, a comfortable apartment in Dorchester, a steady salary, health insurance. He'd made it. His colleagues respected him. He knew every medication by heart, interactions, side effects, dosages. He could answer any question about any drug. Samuel had become a man of science. So, when his cousin called to say Grandma Grace was getting old and asking for him, Samuel booked a ticket home with mixed feelings. He arrived in Osino on a humid Tuesday afternoon. Grandma Grace was 78 now, but her eyes were sharp when she embraced him. That evening, Samuel watched his grandmother work. A woman from the next village came with her daughter, a girl of maybe 12 with a persistent cough. Grandma Grace listened carefully. Then she disappeared into her small room and returned with bundles of dried leaves, roots, and bark. She measured portions with her hands, mixing them in a clay pot. Boil this twice a day, morning and evening, 1 cup each time. The cough will be gone in 5 days. The mother thanked her and left. Samuel couldn't help himself. Grandma, you know that's not real medicine, right? These leaves and roots, it's not scientific, not FDA approved. You don't even know proper dosages. There are actual medications for coughs, real medicine, not village superstition. Her grandmother smiled, but something sad flickered in her eyes. Over the next 2 weeks, Samuel watched with growing irritation. An old man with joint pain, a young woman with headaches, a teenager with a skin rash. For each one, Grandma Grace gave herbs and instructions delivered with quiet certainty. Every evening, Samuel tried to educate her about ibuprofen, steroids, real anti-inflammatories. She'd just nod and continue grinding her herbs. On his last evening, he tried one more time. Grandma, I worry about you. What if someone gets really sick? What if your herbs don't work? In America, we have protocols, clinical trials, peer-reviewed research. She looked at him for a long moment. I don't argue with your science, Samuel, but you argue with my experience. 50 years, thousands of people. I know what works, not because I read it in a book, because I saw it work, again and again. She touched his cheek gently. You learned how to read the labels on medicines someone else made. I learned how to make the medicines themselves. We are both healers, my grandson, just different kinds. Samuel flew back to Boston the next morning, her words sitting uncomfortably in his chest.
4 months later, Samuel slipped on ice outside his apartment. It happened so fast. One moment he was walking to his car, the next his feet were in the air, and then he crashed down hard on his lower back. The pain was immediate and sharp. He lay on the frozen ground, gasping. A neighbor helped him inside. He took ibuprofen, strong doses, professional doses. The pain didn't improve. It got worse. He saw his doctor. Physical therapy was prescribed, muscle relaxants. The pain radiated down his left leg. Orthopedic specialist, X-rays, MRI, herniated disc at L4, L5, more physical therapy, stronger pain medications. The pain became his constant companion. He couldn't stand for long shifts at the pharmacy, couldn't sleep through the night. Every movement was calculated around the stabbing sensation in his lower back. They tried everything. Cortisone injections directly into his spine, nerve blocks, prescription opioids that made him foggy but didn't touch the pain. Physical therapist after physical therapist. Different approaches, same result. Nothing worked. 6 months after that slip on the ice, Samuel could barely function. He was taking 8 pills a day just to make it through his shifts. The specialists were apologetic but firm. Lower back injuries like yours, they don't really heal. You'll need to manage this for the rest of your life. We can try surgery, but there's only a 30% success rate, and you could end up worse. Most patients just learn to live with it. One night, lying in bed at 2 a.m., unable to find a position that didn't hurt, Samuel broke down. He called his mother in Ghana. "Mama, I need to talk to Grandma." "Hello, Samuel." His grandmother's voice was calm, as if she'd been expecting his call. He described the fall, the herniated disc, the physical therapy that had failed, the medications that barely helped. His voice cracked as he spoke about what the doctors had said, that this was permanent, that he'd have to manage it forever. There was a long pause. "Samuel, I can help you, but you must come home." "What? Grandma, I can't just... The flight is expensive. I'd need to take time off work, and sitting on a plane for that long with my back?" "Samuel," her voice was firm, "how much have you spent on your American doctors?" He thought about it. The specialists, the MRIs, the physical therapy sessions, the medications, the injections, maybe $15,000. Silence. "Come home, my grandson. I cannot send this through the mail. It must be fresh, prepared properly. And I need to see you move, see where the pain is. Come home and let me help you." Samuel shifted in bed, wincing at the sharp pain that shot down his leg. He'd tried everything, every specialist, every treatment, every medication he knew. All that was left was the one thing he'd mocked 6 months ago. "Okay, Grandma, I'm coming." 2 weeks later, Samuel landed at Kotoka International Airport in Accra. The flight had been agony. Even with the aisle seat and constant standing, his back screamed the entire journey. He'd taken double his usual pain medication. His cousin drove him straight to Asino, padding the back seat with cushions. Grandma Grace was waiting in the compound. She took one look at how he moved, the careful, stiff way he got out of the car, the wince with each step, and nodded slowly. "Come, sit." She had him sit, then stand, then bend as far as he could, which wasn't far. She pressed her fingers along his spine, watching his face. She asked questions. Where exactly does it hurt? Does the pain move? Is it worse in the morning? Samuel answered everything, his voice tight with pain. 3 weeks, maybe 4. You will stay here. You will do exactly as I say, every morning, every evening. No pills, no American medicine, just my treatment. Can you do this? He nodded. What choice did he have? That first evening, Grandma Grace disappeared into her room and emerged with fresh roots, bark, and leaves. Some Samuel recognized from his childhood, others he'd never seen. She spent an hour preparing the first batch. Drink this every morning and evening, 1 cup. She handed him a calabash. The liquid was dark brown, almost black, and smelled earthy and bitter. Samuel drank. It tasted worse than it smelled. Then she prepared a thick paste, grinding roots and leaves with a mortar and pestle, mixing them with something that smelled like camphor and other oils until it became a dark, warming salve. I will apply this to your back every morning and night. Then you will lie still for 1 hour. Don't move. Let it work. That night, lying on a mat in her grandmother's compound, the same compound he'd left 18 years ago, chasing American dreams, Samuel felt her spread the warm paste across his lower back. The smell was strong, medicinal, nothing like the sterile creams from CVS. Within 20 minutes, something changed. The area grew warm, hot even, but underneath the heat, the constant stabbing pain eased. Not completely, but enough that for the first time in months, Samuel felt a flicker of hope. Day 3, he could stand up without bracing himself. Day 5, the radiating pain down his leg had reduced by half. Day 7, he walked to the well without limping. Day 10, he bent down to pick something up and realized halfway through the motion he'd done it without thinking, without pain. Day 14, he woke up and realized he'd slept through the entire night. Samuel stood in the compound on the morning of day 16, touching his toes. 6 months of American medicine, specialists with degrees, expensive MRIs, physical therapy sessions, medications that cost hundreds, had failed. 16 days of his grandmother's village superstition had succeeded. He found her sitting under the mango tree, grinding herbs for another patient. "Grandma, how did you know?" She looked up and smiled. "Samuel, I have seen this injury maybe 100 times. I know what works. Not because I read it in a book, because I saw it work again and again." She gestured at the herbs. "Your doctors gave you pills for pain, exercises that hurt you more. They told you to live with it. Did anyone try to actually heal it?" Samuel shook his head slowly. "My medicine is not better than yours," she said quietly, "but sometimes it knows things yours has forgotten." The lesson: your degree doesn't make traditional knowledge invalid. It just makes you blind to wisdom that predates your textbooks. Stop confusing credentials with wisdom. Sometimes the cure isn't in the hospital. It's in the hands of the elder who's seen it work 10,000 times. Be humble enough to learn from places your degree told you to ignore.